Hey guys, thanks for joining us again. This is the last segment of my interview with Sondra, who's walked us through really the beginning when her mom started to develop some memory issues and was ultimately diagnosed with mild cognitive impairment. And then things started to affect her activities of daily living, and your father passed away, and that was sort of a landmark or in the progression of things, and she progressed to dementia.
Sure.
And moved in with you and your family for about a year, and you dealt with a lot of the challenges that come along with that, and your role really shifted from daughter to caregiver.
Right.
And we talked about how emotionally grueling that is for you and for your family, and you got to the point where you said, enough's enough, she needs more than this, you need more than this.
Right.
You weren't living your life. You said you put your occupation on hold.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And so you did the research and got her into an assisted living facility and said, oh, everything's good, but wait a second, it wasn't. She needed to be in memory care.
You're right.
And then you were finally able to sort of cut the cord, so to speak. And so now, here we are a year and a half later.
Year and a half
right?
later. Yeah, a little more than a year and a half later.
Okay, so
believe it or not.
How did things progress from, you adapted, she adapted?
Right.
What
We
were
were
things
both
like
on a
now?
journey. I mean, it was a big leap. But you know what? And as I mentioned in the previous segment, I did the respite stay, which assisted living was not for her. It was too big. It was too, open door policy. She was a flight risk. I told you all the things she did.
Pulling the fire
I have to
alarm,
laugh
leaving
at
the
that.
hole, yeah.
Well, oh my God,
Yeah.
this, I have to laugh because I swear to God, if you don't laugh, I'll cry. So she did all those things. So she was pretty high maintenance. But they day programmed her in memory care because of her being such an elopement risk.
So that was kind of a transition.
Yeah.
So she didn't just go assisted living memory care. It was.
See, what I did,
Okay.
what I did is I did a 1 month respite stay to kind of test the water, so to speak. And I was thinking, yeah, right, Mom, could you find an assisted living, which was so not true.
Right.
And so when they realized she was such a flight risk, they just day programmed her in memory care. And then at night, because I had paid for an apartment, then they would take her back to the apartment during the night, and then in the morning she'd go back to memory care. And what they told me is that she ate better, she was more acclimated, she was more well adjusted in memory care because it was more intimate of surroundings, and it just was suited to her.
So other than being more intimate, what's the difference between your regular assisted living and memory care?
Well, the staff in memory care are adhered to with residents with dementia. They're very much in tune with how to interact with them and what activities to do with them, as opposed to assisted living, where it's just a whole different ballgame. There's activities in both, but memory care is more adjusted to people with memory issues or dementia.
Is the security different?
Extremely. That's another thing. There's a code to get in, and no one knows the code. There's a courtyard with a code. No one knows that code except for staff. She can't leave, whereas in assisted living, she obviously tried to leave. So more secure, definitely more secure. High staff ratio, very small. In this particular community, it's 20 apartments, so it's not that big, all one level. So she didn't feel overwhelmed. You know what I mean? She just kind of felt like less is more in memory care, I feel like. With the apartments, there's no kitchenette, it's just, basically her. And what was great, when I did move her from the respite to memory care, I did bring in her personal furniture. And she really recognized that and appreciated that. And even now I'll see notes about her. She'll write notes down, and it's so funny, but she knows it's her stuff. So she's really adjusted, she's adapted. It's a great fit for her. And now I'm to the point that I come and go and visit, and I take her out, and she wants to come back, and it's just great.
Are there ever any things that pop up from the past. Does she ask about your dad anymore?
She still does. And what's lately, and the staff has told me, and I've noticed it too, like a week ago, I went to go get her and just say, hey Mom, it was a weekend, I forget, we were gonna go shopping or something. And I said, so let's go to Costco, your favorite store. And she said, I'm gonna leave my mom a note.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
And I said, oh, okay. And she said, let me just leave a note real quick. And of course, her mother's not alive,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know where that came from, but she's talking about her mom and her dad.
Mm-hmm.
So she's talking about my dad, but lately it's her parents.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where that's coming from. I just sort of go, okay, leave a note,
Yeah.
and then let's go shopping.
Don't make a thing of it.
No,
Mm-hmm.
there's no point.
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
Do you ever find, I've heard some people say that, I gotta remember, that's not my mom, that's the disease I'm talking to. Do you ever have those moments where you're like, whoa, that's not you?
Yes. I've seen her get agitated a couple times, and I have to keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm not looking forward to is the day, God willing, it won't happen anytime soon, where she won't recognize her loved ones.
Mm-hmm.
She knows me,
Mm-hmm.
and she calls me my childhood little nickname, hey,
Mhm.
Ta-ta, and it's so cute. So, and she knows me, knows my sister, knows my aunt. I mean, that I won't look forward to, because that'll be hard to see somebody not know you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God I'm a ways from that.
Mm-hmm.
But she's, fortunately for her and for me and for all of us, she's very, she's lovely. She's very, she's kind of what they call the ambassador in the memory care. She's, I don't know if she thinks, sometimes she either, one time I thought maybe she thinks the whole place is hers, because she takes ownership. She'll go, hold on, wait a minute, where's the broom? And she'll start wanting to clean, or
Yeah.
she'll, she's fanatical about that. Or maybe she thinks either she works there or the whole place is hers, I don't know. I just kind of roll with it,
Sure.
but she's
Yeah.
happy.
Well, a lot of the issues that you dealt with and things that you've seen, I think there are countless people that may be going through the same thing, or maybe looking at a loved one and asking what's around the corner. So I hope that this conversation has been enlightening for some people,
Hope so.
and really serve as a resource. Not that it's necessarily predictive of what someone else's experience is going to be like, but it kind of helps.
But they're not
And,
alone, and this is right, it's life, and like you said, we all have different ways of dealing with things, and we've had a lot of conversations about this, and in my case, this is what worked for my mom. Might not be for everybody, you know what I mean? So I just wanted to be here to share my story.
Yeah, you can wrap things up. If there was someone with a mother or father that they think, they're not quite as sharp as they used to be, and we're not just talking about, I can't find my car keys.
Right,
Things
right.
are a little bit different. What would you say to someone who's maybe noticing some changes?
I would say get a neurologist, go to see a neurologist. I mean, not immediately. First of all, like you said, rule out the forgetfulness. Like I said, my mom, early on, busy realtor, she was notorious for losing her keys and her cell phone. It's a given. But when it gets to be where you notice they forget important things, or they repeat themselves all the time, and you'll know as a daughter or son or sister or brother of a loved one, you pick up on that. It's not the normal forgetfulness. It's not. I knew. And then I took her in to see a neurologist. That's what would be my advice. I mean, there's no point in not. Just at least have your facts.
Find out.
Find out. Find out what you're dealing with.
Sure. That makes a lot of sense, because there are a lot of things that can mimic
I know.
cognitive dysfunction or cause
Sure.
cognitive dysfunction that may be fixable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So at least knowledge is power, so find out.
Sure. No, I like that. Knowledge is power. That's
Okay.
good. Great. Well, I can't thank you enough
So welcome.
for talking with me about this. It's always really enlightening to hear individual stories about this. There are sort of variations on a similar theme, but everybody's story is different, everybody's
Mhm.
story is unique, and I think it's been helpful for me. I hope that maybe talking about it
I feel like I've been in
has
therapy, yay!